Hey yo, Hylians! My name is Ty Cholera, and you are watching Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, Adventure Mode, or something. Yeah, I'm still gonna make this a separate thing from the main story, and so but I haven't actually put any of it together yet, so I'm not entirely sure what we're gonna be calling it yet. So that's fun. Anyways, last time on our adventure. As a much more literal definition, we went over some of the basics of adventure mode, and I showed off some of the things that you can do here, and we obtained our very first companion fairy. We're not really going to be going over too much what those can do yet. I guess we'll go over them briefly. I'll go into more detail in a minute, but let's go ahead and head into the My Fairy mode. Again, this mode is exclusive to Legends and the Definitive Edition of the game. And she's going to tell us about all these things that we don't really know about. So, right now, there's not actually a whole lot that we can do with our fairy, because we haven't gone through much of adventure mode, so we haven't unlocked a whole thing. We don't have any food. We don't have any... oh, we actually do. There are some clothes. So, basically, you can dress your fairies up to give them special bonuses. And again, we'll go over what this all means later. We're just gonna, kind of give her a nice little outfit right there. Food is something that we'll be collecting throughout adventure mode. As you collect food, you can feed your fairy to increase their level as well as some of their individual stats. And the school is basically all your fairies have their own special abilities. This is just a list of things that they can learn, and as you can see, they have stat requirements in order to learn these abilities. These act as basically items that you can learn. So Hard Worker will instantly revive you if you reach 0, or if your health reaches 0. So a very, very good thing to have. It's a more passive ability. Some of them are not as passive. Again, we'll go over this. I will go over this in more detail in the future, but for right now, this is kind of just a basic overview. Basically, dress them up in things that match their element, because that'll help you out a little bit. So we're gonna go with the classic green tunic and hood for her right now. And then feed them food to level them up and increase their power. That's kind of what you need to know, the basics of what you need to know. It's a fairly complex system that I don't fully understand myself, and I'm going to have to do a lot of research before I actually do the episode on My Fairy, but we'll go over that in more detail. Basically, what's going to be going on is from now on, every time we enter a mission, we will be selecting a fairy to accompany us. There are a number of fairies hidden throughout adventure mode. And we'll go over what those can do in this mission. For right now, we have a new mission to complete with a new character that we're going to unlock. Oh boy, this character. This character is so great. I love this character. So he's going to be our weapon of the day for today. We need to go. We're going to go with Impa because she has the heart container for this, or heart piece, or heart container, I can't remember which one it was. And then we don't have the equipment to do the other one, so let's do... let's do the magic rod. I don't use the fire rod very often, so let's do that.
Wielding mysterious powers from another world, young Link and his fierce deity mask are a powerful dark-type weapon with a single unique power that makes him easily one of the best characters in the game. Let's get started. At first glance, this character seems to be nothing special. His standard combo string is pretty glaring evidence of that. This string is just okay. It's better than some of the other combo strings we've seen, but it's got relatively low range and only moderate speed. Overall, it's a passable combo string. It's nothing special, but it serves its purpose. Glossing over his basic heavy attack for a moment, Young Link's first combo is a basic launcher hit that can be followed up by either a normal or heavy attack in the air. Again, this move is nothing special and is just another launcher. I feel like I've said enough about those already. Young Link's second combo is very reminiscent of Link's second combo, sending a single sword beam out in front of him. While this move does add some much needed range to Young Link's kit, compared to the move it's based on, this move is really lackluster, and compared to some of the other moves in his kit, this move is kind of forgettable. For his third combo, Young Link will quickly slam into the ground really hard. This move makes for a great burst crowd clear and is probably Young Link's best option for taking out giant bosses, but again, it's simply outclassed by another move later in his kit. A good move, just not a great move. Link's fourth combo sees him perform a small launcher before doing a small spin attack. Like his third combo, this move is a pretty good burst option, but is once again outclassed by his final combo, and is not really worth doing because of that. Finally, Link's fifth and final combo is easily one of the best super moves in the game. With this move, Link will draw a Triforce on the ground, pulling in enemies as he goes, before causing a massive explosion. The range on this thing is huge, and it's powerful enough to drop captains and generals to their knees in just one or two uses of it. Use this move often. Now, I know what you're saying. So he has one really good move. Is that really enough to call him one of the best characters in the game? Well, let's just say that I glossed over his normal heavy attack for a reason. Because with this move, literally all of Young Link's moves become powerful enough to make his fifth combo seem like a waste of time. When you press heavy attack, Link will play the Song of Time on his ocarina. When the song is finished, Young Link's special gauge will be converted into his focus spirit gauge. This means that unlike every other character in the game, Young Link is able to activate his focus spirit without collecting any magic jars. And not only can Young Link activate focus spirit from nothing, his actual focus spirit is better than any other character as well. While all other characters in the game simply go into a frenzy that enhances their speed and strength, Young Link puts on the Fierce Deity Mask, which gives him increased speed, strength, and range, as well as adding sword beams to almost all of his attacks, which only further increases his range. And, just when you thought he couldn't get any better, he can still use his heavy attack in this form, meaning that it is theoretically possible to stay in Focus Spirit indefinitely. The reason Young Link's combos are so lackluster is because they are all built to do one thing: fill his special gauge so that he can access Fierce Deity mode faster. Young Link may not be the definitive best character in the game. That honor probably goes to Sheik or Link with the Master Sword, as those characters don't need to rely on Focus Spirit to reach their maximum potential. But Young Link is just so unique and so fun that I don't care. This character easily takes the cake as my all-time favorite playable warrior in this game, and nothing you can say will ever change my mind.
Alright, so that was our brief introduction to what we're going to be doing today. You can see the character we're going to be fighting. He's so great. I can't wait to get this guy, because he's one of my favorite characters in this entire game. Let's go real quick, just kind of our battlefield info. The Castle Keep is it has a chest, the Fairy Fountain has a chest, and the Mountain Keep has a chest. So we'll be heading to those. Let's just start. Yeah. Oh, this is a Bombchu mission. So basically how these missions work, this is one of your more standard type missions. Bombchus will be heading towards keeps, and we need to make sure that they don't do those. Don't do that. The Bombchus are against us this time. We use them in the second mission. They were against us on Death Mountain, and now they are against us again. So, you know, it is what it is. The Bombchus want us dead, so we gotta make sure that they don't get to us. Let's switch to Link and go get that other Bombchu real quick before it comes and kills us. Because that one's headed to the base. Basically, if a Bombchu explodes, you will instantly lose the keep, which is, you know, not a good thing. So, let's do this. Hello, Mr. Bombchu. It is stuck on the wall. That is interesting. I have never seen that before. Usually the Bombchus have a predetermined path, and so they just naturally path fine. Okay then. We can just straight up finish the mission right now. We're not going to be doing that though because we have treasure to collect. And one thing I'm just now realizing, all of these starting missions take place on the Hyrule field map. Every map that you play on in the normal legend mode will be used in some capacity on these missions. We're just not seeing them here. Let's switch to info while Link is taking care of that. We're going to take out some of these the messengers that are over here. Not that it matters. This is where, like, I don't know if you may have noticed that a lot of my I tend to be very apathetic towards a lot of the stuff that happens to other characters in legend mode. So like if somebody's in danger or in trouble, then I'll kind of just ignore them. It's like, you're fine, you can deal with it. Adventure mode is where that comes from. Your allies are completely inconsequential so long as you keep the one important character safe. It doesn't matter what you do. So, oh great, this one. I forgot how much I hate that move. Trying to get the one I want. There we go. So that's where a lot of my kind of apathetic attitude towards all this stuff comes from. Just because your allies are so inconsequential that you just don't care. They'll die and you're just like, yeah, okay. There they go. But, so like the messengers, I was right there so I took care of them, but usually I wouldn't even take care of the messengers. Especially because for these missions, in order to get the best rank, you need to kill a certain amount of enemies, and the messengers just make more enemies appear, so... there's that. Nope. I accidentally used the wrong move. There we go. This one didn't have treasure. It was the other one that had treasure. Dang it. This is the whole mission, though. We're pretty much done with the mission. We just need to go and get the objective. But that doesn't matter right now. So let's just do this. Perfect. That worked out. Oh, that didn't work out. Oh, no, I wanted to. Okay. We get this one, which means this is going to be. Let's go ahead. I think I know what this is. Yes. So this is fairy clothing. So for your My Fairy, if you collect this, then you can. That's something else that you can dress them up with. All the clothing, of course, had different elemental effects. Actually, I want to grab some magic so I can show this off here. So yeah, all the clothing had different elemental effects, and having fun killing my dudes. But yeah, so as you collect more fairy clothing, you'll just get more options, and you can make them look nice. So like some of the fairy clothing, it all does the same stuff as other. There's only 5 elements, but it looks cute. Oh yeah, it's gonna tell me what to do with that. I was just about to show that off. So, fairy magic. By pressing in the right stick, if you have a magic meter to spend, your fairy will cause an explosion. Basically, oh, she's fighting him. Hello, young Link. I was just gonna switch to you to go get some treasure, but that's. Hello. This is young Link's introduction, so it's fun. We're gonna ignore him. Goodbye. Because I want to go get stuff. So yeah, as you level up your fairy, the explosion that it creates will become a lot bigger. You can get hundreds of kills using My Fairy. And I'll actually go over some when we get to certain missions in the next adventure map, in the Wind Waker adventure map. I'll show you what what that, what some of the best uses of this are. But oh, please let it be this one. It is this one. Haha. The fairy is essentially a giant nuke. So it's really good to use if there's a bunch of enemies around. And like I said, as you level it up, you can get literally hundreds of kills. I mean, you saw we got, you know, I think it was what, 127 with just that one. And it'll get even higher than that. So my fairy is a very good thing to have. The other interesting thing about it is there are certain clothing items that will lower the... Where is it? There we go. There are certain clothing items that will lower the cost of fairy magic. Meaning, you can activate it without using... or without completely depleting your magic gauge. So it's a very useful thing to have. This is going really well, I would say. Yes, defeated. I mean, not completely, but he's basically defeated. This'll do it. There we go. Victory, grab that material. I'll just run around Link, I guess. I don't know why I always like running circles around people, but I do. You can skip that, by the way. It took me painfully long to figure that out. The victory thing, you can skip. It took me forever to figure out that you could do that. It's somewhat embarrassing, but yeah. We get some Kokiri shorts. I don't know what element those are, but yeah. We can now battle as Young Link, so we'll go ahead and show him off in our next mission. Okay! Are you done? So, now that we have unlocked a mission within one of these areas, you can see that it has opened up the map a little bit more, so we can access all of that, you know, goodness. Yeah, so that's the kind of the general basics of adventure mode. And let's see how I'm trying to think if we've got time for one more. Oh yeah, we got time for one more. We can do this one. So let's go ahead and just do one more real quick. Just show off what this mission type is. We're gonna do Daruni. I wanted to play as Young Link, but we'll have plenty of opportunities to play as Young Link. Don't worry, I will show him off. He's one of my favorite characters, so we will play as Young Link. The quiz type missions. These are some of my favorites. And this mission is because they're really quick, really easy. So this quiz consists of 3 questions: defeat the correct enemy and advance to the target. Real quick, this is actually the mission that I used to record most of the Weapon of the Day segments, so you see right here, this whole section here, because normal enemies do not appear on these, on the quiz missions. They only appear in keeps, and you'll see what they are, how that all works in a second. So I'm just going to go ahead and bust some of these open. We're going to get some of this. Defeat the wielder of a wooden shield. So you can see we have 2 different enemies to defeat, and we have to defeat the correct one. If we don't, then we lose. After we defeat the correct enemy, the other one will just disappear. He won't, you know, they don't stick around. And then as you go, you just advance to the next keep. There are 3 questions, so you just kind of go from keep to keep to keep, and that's how this works, pretty much. I always like to bust these open and see if there's like money inside of them. Defeat the lantern wielder. That's gonna be a Poe. The questions of these are usually really easy, and oftentimes something you can see just about the enemies themselves. But sometimes they'll also go over like Zelda history. So if you know your Zelda lore, then these will be a breeze. They're not a challenge in any way. They're just kind of fun, and they're a nice break from some of the more complex missions, some of the longer ones, because they go by real quick, and you can just run in and take care of things. Question 3. Defeat the helmet wearer. It's going to be a shield moblin. The trickiest part about these is getting the enemies to separate. And that'll do it. We defeated the correct enemy. Hooray! And that's it. That's the mission. That's the whole thing. Look at these. These are fun. I always like these because they're just nice, you know. We've answered all questions correctly. Right! We won! We did it. And there's our A rank victory reward. It's just going to be a heart container from Darunia. I don't know if we've seen Darunia's chest opening animations. We'll go ahead and watch this real quick. I always like the doofy smiles they make. It's so great. And there's a victory. We're actually going to watch Darunia's victory animation because I don't think I've shown it off yet. And his is a bit interesting. He has a unique song to it where no other character does. So Darunia is a little special in that way. We'll go ahead and watch this. It's fun. Just a nice little reference to Ocarina of Time, how you played the Saria song in order to get him to do the dance and give you the Goron bracelet. Just a goofy little reference there. But yeah, that's the mission here. As you can see here, we got a couple of different things. So there's a costume here. We've kind of seen some of the alternate costumes that you can get briefly. No, we actually haven't. I don't think I've actually shown off the Breath of the Wild outfits. I've mentioned them. Basically, every character has a series of alternate costumes that they can get, or most of them do, of alternate costumes, and they're just fun. They're goofy, and we like them. There's also other weapons here. So this one you can see is a level 1 weapon for Impa. That's going to be Impa's Naginata that we already went over. You can see, we've got other level 1 weapons in other places, as well as a couple of characters that we have yet to unlock. So we're going to go ahead and end things off right there. We'll go over... Like I said, I am not going to cover the entirety of Adventure Mode here. It's not feasible. There's too much to go over. I haven't even completed it on my own personal save file. So, how this is going to work is for the majority of the rest of Adventure Mode, I'm not going to play really much of anything else on this file. We'll have our one fairy, and she'll kind of be our companion. For the rest of the Adventure Mode episodes, I will be switching over to my personal save file, so you can see kind of where I've been on all of that. And I'll be playing through it on my own time as much as I can, and we'll kind of go over the missions that have the unlockable characters in them, as well as maybe a couple of these weapon ones, but even then those aren't really necessary. It's not necessary to go over those. I will go over what all of the different item cards do. So we have, like, we've got the compass right here, but there's, you can see there's bombs as well. This is the compass. There's a lot more. If you saw during the intro, it showed all of the item cards that you can get. They all do different things. They're all used for different stuff, so I'll be showing what all of those are for, just kind of briefly. And then, yeah, and I'll be going over what all of the other maps do as well. I might play through this a little bit on my own time on this file just to unlock some of the other characters, but for the most part, we'll be using my own personal save file to go over the rest of these. But yeah, we're going to end things off right here. So I'll see you guys again real soon. But until then, I bid you all a hearty farewell. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye.